Hello YouTube, K-Patch17 here. This is my review for When the Ball Breaks. The story is basically about a husband and wife. They're trying to have a baby. So it all starts off with a successful lawyer who is working away at his job. And then the wife, who is a chef, they're both start working together. But they can they couldn't find the right time for them though. So they started considering a surrogate mother. And if you like Fatal Attraction, you're gonna love this one. Then they have the surrogate mother, who is a waitress to make a living. And surrogate mother is like barely struggling to make ends meet. So she decides to become a surrogate mother. And they finally meet, when she meets him, the wife meets her. She invites them to come down to the house for dinner. Then the husband and wife, then they show up at the house. They start talking and all that. Some things with being a sacred mother and all that. What is expected of her. And John walks outside with the fiance. Fiance is talking about how the house that's all gutted out, house should be burned down. All the need to be fixed up. So they start. So John lets that one slide. But the next day, John's at work, and Anna shows up, crying like crazy because her fiance left them. Because her and her fiance had a huge fight after they went home for the night. So John's wife says that they can do that. So they take her down to the hospital to get that operation for being a single mother. So then things start getting crazy. Then all of a sudden, the woman is showing off her stomach. He starts getting all these emails and text messages from Anna. Then things start getting weirder and weirder. Then all of a sudden, Anna, one night and day, John is at a meeting and Anna shows up. Her fiance left Anna at the doctor's office and he left. She needed a ride home. So John decides to take her home. The minute they pulls up, here comes the fiance with his dog, and the dog goes after John. Then he just says, "I'll deal with you in the side of the house." So John gets home. A few minutes later, he gets a phone call. Mana, the fiance, was under arrest just got busted for domestic abuse and battery. So so John had to go pick up Anna at his place. At the fiance's place. And the fiance goes after them. They then decide to let her stay at the guest house. Then it starts getting weirder and weirder. At first, they John starts getting all these emails with the video clips. One of them had baby written on her stomach. But so a few minutes later, he gets home from work, and his wife is gone in Houston, Texas, for a very special meeting. Then John brings home a pizza for them to share. John was not very happy about some of the emails they got from her. And he was going to tell her this has to stop. So all of a sudden, Anna is nowhere to be seen at the house. Just leaves a note that says, I'll be back in a few minutes and I have to take care of. Then the fiance shows up at his house off of work, and he's got the dog, and the dog gets away from him. He's trying to get him in, and he's clearly on the phone with Anna. So then he hangs up the phone, and some mysterious person shows up and starts stabbing the fiance all over the place. And then it takes him to the basement stairs and throws him down the stairs. Turns out to be there was Anna all along. Then Anna leaves the house, goes back home to the guest house. The next day, the wife is back in town. And they have a party to go to that night. And Anna wanted to get a picture of them. She gets a picture of them. Then they go to a party. When they come home, Anna's just sleeping on the couch. The next morning, he's busy making the coffee for them, for his wife and Anna. Because all of a sudden, Anna wakes up and she asks, how did I get out here? And he goes, that's not the first time somebody spent the night over there. Then all of a sudden, things start getting crazy. His wife's schedule was all screwed up. She had to go back into Houston. So she goes back into Houston. And here's where it happens. Anna turns into Glenn Close at this time. And starts stalking them everywhere. Then all of a sudden, they just start going off. He's questioning her relationship. And she's questioning his capability of being a father, and he throws her out. He tries to throw her out. Then he takes her to another private house, where she can stay till things die down. Then he gets home, and his wife's back. So they go out to dinner. They decided to invite Anna to go to a party with them. So the dress that she put on exactly the same dress as she wore for that one party. Then all of a sudden, that night is a severe thunderstorm, and John's starting to work on the gutter. She's just, she is just going crazy when she sees him climbing up the ladder, fix the rain gutter. Then all of a sudden, then they come up with a plan. So Anna was going to take the baby to Arizona and sell it for $15,000 until John and his wife, she had miscarried. So they start going from hospital to hospital looking for her. And they find out she wasn't there. She was at either hospital. Then they go to his other house, but at that time, to where fiance lived. At that time, the wife and they searched throughout the whole house for a cat, their pet cat. So they start searching. The two guys start searching the whole house. They look in the basement. They find out that they see the fiance's dead body. Then all of a sudden, all the woman hears is a lullaby on this one teddy bear. So they go up. She goes up to the stairs. She sees the dead cat in the cradle. Then all of a sudden, Anna shows up behind her and starts breaking all the baby gifts all over the wife. So the wife gets hurt. Then Anna leaves. She goes to the old house, to the lake house. In the lake house was where John's getaway house. That was inherited to him by his dad. And John just goes and and starts searching that house. All of a sudden he sees Anna. And Anna is all covered in blood. So then all of a sudden her water breaks. John and his friend leave. All of a sudden Anna's water breaks. Then she goes to the hospital and checks herself out and has a beautiful baby boy. And she checks out the next day afterwards. She starts heading to Arizona to sell the baby. While she's packing up, she falls asleep on the bed. John and his friend come back, come to the old house. Come to the lake house. And John and his wife come to the lake house. John sneaks in, grabs the baby. And he's starting to leave with the baby. Anna, so she gets out into the car seat, puts the baby in the car seat, and the baby starts crying. Here comes Anna, starts stabbing him. So then John fights her off and gets the baby into the car. But here comes the good part. Next thing you know, they're in the car driving away. All of a sudden, Anna shows up with a shotgun. They hit Anna in the car, instantly killing her. But I don't know about that one though. I don't really know. It looked like they were making room for a sequel. Then John and his wife get home. Next thing you see, police lights coming by. Well, that's exactly where the movie ended. I'd like to thank everybody that has watched this video. I apologize for making it over 15 minutes. To just have this one. If you like Fatal Attraction, you're gonna love when the ball breaks. This is K-Bot 27 signing out, and I'll see you next time.